Good evening, everyone. Welcome
Hi,
to tonight's Zoom call.
Hi, Gary.
Hello. We have an amazing call tonight, and I'm really excited that all you've decided to join because as we get closer and closer to being professional health coaches and learning how to support our clients better, I think tonight's going to be very valuable for you. But before we start off tonight, I wanted to introduce a new member to the team and member to the Zoom call. Her name is Cindy, and her tagline here is Healthier Cindy. So, Cindy, you want to just wave for everybody so they can see who you are? There she is. And Cindy just became a coach the other night. She saw the opportunity with her health journey, and Donna was her health coach. And Donna, you want to take the lead here and introduce Cindy to us, and then we're going to hear a little bit about Cindy's story before we get into tonight's call.
Sure. All I would like to really say about Cindy is that she is another one of our super women. And she is just dynamite, ready to roll, and on point already. And I'm really happy to have you on my team, Cindy.
Okay. All right.
So after you now.
Okay. My name is Cindy Rieflin, and you probably don't know, but I've struggled with my weight and my health for many years. I've been on blood pressure medicine, sleep, cholesterol medicine, had a stent put in my heart. My weight and unhealthy lifestyle has been the cause of most of these issues. I've also had a lot of back pain and knee pain, and I ended up having to have one of my knees replaced, and I just felt very unhealthy. I went to my doctor and told her I really wanted to lose weight and get healthy, but I just couldn't do it on my own. And so she referred me to the Take Shape for Life health program. It's very simple, and I got a free health coach to guide me, and she has really supported me in this. Having the free health coach turned out to be the most valuable part of my Take Shape to Life program. She's helped me stay on track and guide me through the healthy habits of system. In 3.5 months, I'm down 37 pounds. I've got about 20 more to go, and I've lost 23.5 inches. My BMI went from 34.7 to 28.7, and I'm off 5 different medications, and my back feels good, and I'm able to exercise.
Wow.
So,
Way to go, Cindy.
Now there's more.
Oh,
yeah.
there's more. Okay, sorry. I'm just so excited.
Okay, and I'm so it truly has been amazing how much my health has improved in the last 3 months. I'm so excited about the health transformation that my health coach encouraged me to be a health coach myself. And I'm so passionate for helping others that I've decided to become a certified health coach. And I know that now I'm going to look for anybody who's suffering with diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, or just wants to lose weight and be healthy. And so if you know of anybody with no obligation, I'd love to talk to them. Thank you.
Yay! Great job, Cindy. Isn't that a good story?
Awesome. So inspiring.
Booyah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
And Cindy, as you'll learn to get to know some other people's stories, a lot of people have similar stories. Malka's lost 80 pounds. I can't remember everybody's story, but you heard Corey's lost 80 pounds. Donna's 110. Sherry, what is it, like 60 for you?
50.
50 for Sherry. Darlene and Quentin were both personal trainers, so they're just helping their clients. I don't think they really had a weight loss story. Stacy, I know, lost a good amount of weight as well. 30. And her husband, David,
50.
50. And then
Hey, Gary.
Jacob and her wife, Sherry, you would know that, right? I don't see Jacob there. He's muted, and I don't see his picture.
Oh, he's there. Oh, he muted. I think Jacob is about 50 pounds also.
That's why he's
Hi, I'm here. That's why I'm muted. That's why I'm muted.
right.
Okay.
I've got my son on Netflix over here with the iPad to mute him.
Right. I'm trying to catch whatever I can, and I'll watch the recording afterwards.
Sounds
Right.
good. Sounds good.
Thanks a
I
lot.
know how much weight you lost.
Yeah, how much weight you guys lost? That's okay. And then I see that Shelly just joined us. Shelly, you'll have to catch the recording because we just introduced Cindy over here. Wave, Cindy, so Shelly can see you. She just shared her story. She just became a new coach, but Shelly has lost a tremendous amount of weight and transformed her life as well. So you're in good company, and I'm down 45 pounds. So everybody on the call here has experienced this program and has experienced the success of it and decided to pay it forward. So you are in good company. Okay, so tonight I do encourage everyone at some point this week to listen to the doctor's call because Greg Caesar, who as you guys know is on my team, he's leading the call tonight and he's talking about the ravages of sugar. So I think it's going to be a fantastic call, and we can all benefit of learning how sugar, messes with the body, inflammation, and all the things that sugar does. So it is competing with this Zoom, so I do recommend you guys checking that out so you can hear, okay? Very valuable information you're going to find out. Okay, with that said, last week we kind of started the process of figuring out our systems. And last week we discussed how to acquire clients, right? We kind of went through the process of making those connections and then following up with people and having our template emails of following up and all the different things about acquiring clients. And then we briefly touched on the file folder system and using it. And what we uncovered is that most people were not really using it, and that the people that were using it were the most successful coaches. And I found that to be literally right across the board in my entire organization and other organizations who I've asked global directors their experience with this topic. And they found that, yes, the people who use the file folder system and they use it correctly, they have the most success because you don't have to think about how do I become an empathetic coach? Because becoming an empathetic coach is not easy because we're not used to being an empathetic person for most people. We tell people what to do. Kids, parents tell kids what to do. Teachers tell students. Doctors tell patients. And we don't really come alongside people, ask them questions, find out what they want, and then help them get it, which is really what empathetic coaching is. And utilizing the file folder system actually helps you become an empathetic coach because all the information that you need to talk to your clients about are in the file folder system. So tonight, we're going to go through the file folder system, and we're going to go through it. I'm going to screen share Evernote. Now, keep in mind, my Evernote is not elaborate yet because I lost a lot of data and I had to start from scratch. But what I did do is I created all my folders in there. And we'll walk through a little bit how to do it and a little bit of how to move people through using Evernote. Okay? Does that sound good for everybody?
Yes.
Okay. Now, Evernote is something that you download onto your computer. It's free. You don't have to pay for the pay version. And you can also download it as an app on your smartphone. And make sure that you do the login for both. And when you do the login for both on each, it will automatically sync. So if I'm working on my computer and I type in a note from a client that I'm working with about their weight loss or their successes that week, it automatically syncs to my phone. So the next time I talk to them, if I'm in my car, I pull over and stop and look at their note, I'll know exactly where they were last week. So you don't have to go, oh no, because that was my biggest problem was I don't have my notes in front of me, tell me where you are. And I hate that because clients are so excited, you guys would probably agree, when you know exactly what their results were last week and, and what their challenges were, what they were going to do this week, and then you were able to remind them, right? They know that you're thinking about them, that you're paying attention, that you actually care, right? And so we're going to kind of go through tonight supporting clients, and then we're going to wrap it up with referrals, how to get referrals. Now, Okay, so let's start. Let me do a screen share here, and let's get the ball rolling. Does anybody have any questions that we want answered prior to me doing this? Feel free to ask now, just so I can write that down to make sure I clarify something. Anything? Nobody? Oh, you guys are so good.
Gary, can you give us kind of an overview on the scope of the Evernotes?
I don't know the entire scope. I'll give you what I know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just what you've done for Take Shape for Life, how you've done the file system.
I'm going to show you all that right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gary, the training you did over the weekend on on Saturday, you had those emails that we were supposed to be starting to send out now. Where did you post all those?
Okay, so I don't know if did you get invited to the Dropbox by any chance? You're coming in really broken up, but MJ, what I did was I created a Dropbox account and I added many of you to it. If you weren't added to it, please send me an email, and you all have access to these files. Have anybody been able to go on Dropbox and see it? Please raise your hand to make sure that, okay. So some of you have been able to.
Yes.
So that's where all those templates are, Alan, okay? Yeah? Okay. The hard part when I do screen share is seeing everybody, so you'll have to speak up if you have a question. So can you guys all see my desktop?
No.
Yeah.
Who can see it? Raise your hand, please. Great. Who cannot see the desktop?
I can see it, Gary. I'm not on camera, but I can see it.
Okay, great. Most
I
people
can see it great too, Gary. I can see the whole thing.
Great. Excellent. Okay. So
What am I doing wrong?
who is that?
Donna.
I don't know.
Okay.
Can you see anything, Donna?
I can see you. And that's,
Oh,
oh, there we go.
yeah.
Wait a
You got it?
Desktop.
You got it?
Well, I've got desktop too, but not one. I'll keep looking and seeing if I can find
Look in
it.
the upper right-hand corner and see if, the Brady Bunch thing. Okay. Okay, so now I'm not going to go through like starting Evernote. Okay, so this is my Evernote. So when you open up Evernote, it could look like this. They're going to give you this, like your first notebooks, okay? They're going to put in all types of different tips, okay? That's at least how mine came. So these are over here. Can you see where it says notebooks right here, guys? Okay.
Yeah.
So what you do is you have this thing called notebook right here, okay? And so I believe you go under file here, okay? And you hit new notebook, okay? So we're going to type in here test. So, and then I'm going to click OK. Now, do you see how it came up right here? Okay. So what I did was the first notebook I created was pre-client folder, okay? So let's open that up. Now, what I did here was I took snapshots of the file folder system, okay? And Shelly sent me the higher resolution ones, and I have not implemented them yet, but I will, and I'll send those out to everybody so they can have, she already took pictures of the file folder systems. Now, the key here is to utilize the file folder system is to understand what each file folder system does. Now, the first one is the pre-client folder, right? So this is a potential client for each to give them information. Now, everybody who's not a client that you've contacted or want to contact is considered a pre-client, okay? Now, here are the talking points, right? These are just the highlights of our program, complete program, 3 tools that we use. Fast motivating weight loss, the MetaFast products, fat burn, eat every 2-3 hours, great support, right? These are the highlights of our program. Inside the pre-client folder is steps for a one-on-one presentation. You know, step 1, explore and identify their why. It asks you to ask them questions, right? If you could have optimal health, would you choose it? By achieving, what freedom would that give you? How have those freedoms would affect people in your life? Questions you receive from clients vary. Use the information and tips below to help them answer with confidence. What is Take Shape for Life? Again, the tools. Present the program. It tells you you can use the Habits of Health lifestyle brochure, the Optimal Health brochure, Creating a Healthier New, or the script, right? There's lots of different ways to present. What does the program cost? And then they give you a couple of different examples here. Step 2, fill out the client profile form. And most of you know this, right? But there's new people on the line. And even if you know this, you may not be using it. And once you understand how to do a pre-client, you might not need to always have to refer to what the file folder says because you already know. But if you don't, review it to make sure you know how to get them going, what to get, program considerations for possible health concerns. Very, very important, right? If they're on Coumadin, lithium, they're diabetic, high blood pressure, they need to know about, you know, that they need to speak with their physician, or, you know, they don't have to always speak with their physician prior, but if they're on certain medications, they're going to be needing to let their physician know that they're on this program. Most of you already know that. Gout, diabetes, 65 and over, obesity, thyroid medication, very important because soy interacts with many thyroid medications to know exactly what to do. Now, what you would do here in Evernote is, here's your pre-client folder, right? And now you are here, and now you would see, you click up File and you click New Note, okay? So the title of the new note, let's say is, let's say it's Jeff Morris. Let's say he's your pre-client, right? So then you put in Jeff Morris and you say, spoke 12, 10, wanting more info, or, you know, needs to speak with wife, you know, to speak, let's say, or wants me to follow up Tuesday, or whatever you say, okay? Then you, now I know that there's some grammatical errors here because I'm doing it fast. And then I enter it. And then we save it. Now, if you look under my folder, I have Jeff Morris's name here. So it's in this folder, right? Pre-client folder, there he is. Does that make sense, everybody? Mm-hmm. So here's Lisa. Like, these are some that I have to input because I haven't had a chance to put all mine back in there. But the idea is that you can constantly make new note after new note after new note. And you can, and these notes are basically your pre-client list and some information about them. So this now is transferred to my phone, okay? But now I have all my pre-clients on my phone, people who I want to contact, whether I'm going to email them, text them, do whatever I could to, you know, get a conversation with them so I could share them the program, right? Okay. Any questions on the pre-client folder, feel free to ask now. Anything at all.
How did you just that one when you a new note? You just press on note.
You do File and then New Note.
New note. That's what I thought. Okay, just double check.
Yep. So remember
I got a question.
the folder is considered a notebook, right? And the note is a note. Who has a question? Feel free to talk.
I just had a question. When you put in that note and you're meeting it, is there a place, or do you just put it in the narrative with their phone number, their email address, their contact information, or do you keep it in some other place?
No, everything can go right there. Absolutely. It's just like the pre. Now I didn't do a template of the pre-client you know, the pre-client one that's inside the file folder. I was looking for it here. You know how there's a pre-client folder? So yeah, you could put in, you know, Jeff Morris, his phone number, and whatever you want, all the information you want on him right here. Okay?
Okay.
So it's a one-click, I have all the information I need.
Okay.
Gary, that's what I ended up doing this week is I made a file under my pre-client folder called client template. And I made a template that's blank with most of the pertinent information from the pre-client form. And then I'm just keeping it empty, and I can just keep copying and pasting that into every new client. And then I've got the form the way I like it.
Will you share that form with us?
Yeah, I just pulled it up. You know what's interesting is that I tried installing Evernote, the program, onto my computer and ran into a snafu and then forgot about it. But I've been doing it all off the web. So you're working off the actual program on your computer right now?
I think so.
Yeah, so hang on. Let me see. Can I share my screen?
No, don't share your screen.
Oh, okay.
It'll take away me.
Oh,
Just
okay.
send it to me and I'll send it out. So if everybody heard what Shelly was saying is that she basically did the template for the pre-client that's in our file folder one that we get, and she just copies and pastes it. No.
That's what I had. From Miriam told me that.
Okay, perfect. Then great.
Alan was asking if you could maybe scan in the pre-client folder that the paper that you have, the My Next Client, scan that in and do it as an attachment in the Evernote, in the little notes.
I think you can. However, I'm not sure it's editable. So I think what Shelly did and what Sherry's talking about is when you write it in, you can copy and paste it and it's editable versus like scanning in a picture.
Okay.
So if you scan in a picture, it's not, you can't write on it.
True.
You know?
Yeah. Gary,
Yes.
this was preferable to just taking these pictures or scanning is preferable than just bringing them in from the document library?
What do you mean? For what? For the
All
file
of these
folder?
pieces are, yeah, all of these pieces are available in the in the document library.
Well, what happened was go ahead, Shelly.
That's what I sent you was the whole file's one big, huge file of all the file folders, and I took and broke them down into each individual folder as a JPEG so that the high resolutions are available as individual file folders.
Right. So that's kind of what I did is I went into the file folder system. It was a PDF, and I just did like a screenshot of it, and then I made each one its own picture, and then I implemented it in. But you can do anything you want to get the information inside this notebook, okay?
I guess the reason I use JPEG, and which is why you're for whatever reason your JPEGs look blurry on my phone, but when you put a file in, if you're on your phone, you have to try to open the file and it downloads it every time. Is a pain. If you put it in as a picture, then you can zoom in on it easily on your phone. You could be anywhere and see what part of the folder you want to see. So that's why the JPEGs is better.
Okay. So I'll make sure that I send out Shelly's JPEGs, okay, so everybody can just implement them in. Perfect. Any other questions from anyone about this? No? Okay. All right. Yeah? Pam, do you have a question? You're muted. You're muted. You're muted. There you go.
I thought I had unmuted. On this screen that you're showing us now, every once in a while there's this gray button that says annotate. Is that something you click on and make some notations?
I don't, but I didn't even see it. Oh, that one right there?
That one right there.
I don't even know what it is.
Okay. That's what I wondered.
Yeah. There. Well, I just clicked it, so look what it's opening up. So
okay.
Maybe I could do. Oh, it looks I could point to things.
Oh, wow.
So now there it goes. Annotate. I just created that. So what I recommend you guys do is play with Evernote. Okay. the key here is if you don't want to use it, you don't have to use it. The key is to you either use the paper file system and be good at that, or use this and be good at this. It's up to you how you want to manage it. But the most important thing is to be very, very diligent about organizing your clients. That's the most important thing, because what is the life, bread and butter of our business? Clients, right? And so we need to make sure if a physician did not organize their chart with a client and write in everything, a patient, and then something happened, they get sued, right? Now, we're not going to be sued, but the idea here is that we have all the information we need about our clients. Okay. Any other questions?
I think you should show that when you click on a client like Lisa, that you can easily change her folder to another one.
Yes.
Yeah,
let's show you that. So let's say Lisa becomes a client, okay? So I believe I grab her and I can just move her to file folder 1, first week. And she's gone. And now I open up file folder 1 and there she is. Okay? So
how did you do that?
What's that?
How did you grab her?
All you do is I go on her and I hold down my mouse, my left button on the mouse, and grab it and I move her. I can move her anywhere I want. Okay? Now, this is the same process as taking her out of this and moving her into file folder 1 right here. Now, what I use for people to know, I'm going to go to Evernote completely, but what I've been using is paper. Okay, and I have everything binded in here, and I move people in here. And my file folder 3 has the majority of my clients, because they're all learning the habits of health. The majority of them go there in month, and we'll get to that. And they're all there, and that's where I go to. Now, you can organize it in here, probably a lot easier, and that's what a lot of people are doing. So anybody have any questions about moving a client over? You just grab it and move it just like you're dragging a file. Cool? Okay. All right. So let's go to file folder 1. Now, the importance of file folder 1 is getting a client started the right way. And it tells you exactly, now you might not be able to see it here if you guys have your file folders out, but it tells you exactly what to do. Send a welcome letter clarifying your role, ask them to contact you when their food arrives, review the welcome folder with them, review their first goal of fat burning the first 3 days, explain the lean and green, remind your clients to do the following is right here. Eat every 2 to 3 hours, drink water, exercise, avoid foods not unplanned, keep a food journal, review important steps, and then review the habits of health, the trilogy. Now, you don't have to do every single thing on here, but the idea is that this is their first week, right? They are getting started. And what's really, really important, and I believe, is to teach them about these support calls and try to get them to go on one of these support calls. And then that way, these are some of the questions you ask them as you're coaching them. Now, inside the folder talks about the support calls and the phone numbers. This information is for you about your business coach and support system. And then you want to talk to them a little bit about, this is more information for you, and you decide how much you want to share with them. The first week's always about getting them in the fat burning, checking in on them, making sure they're doing okay, right? Okay. Any questions on the first week? But the important thing here is that you remind them all these things, you teach them your role, you talk to them about lean and green, and you tell them about these support calls, right? That's the most important thing. And ask them to do something. Ask them maybe to go on a call so you can, find out. If they didn't do it, it's okay. You don't beat them up about it, right? It's not about beating people up, but it is about moving people forward. And the more we ask them to do something, then eventually they'll do it. Okay. Any questions on file folder 1 and getting a client started? Feel free right now to ask about getting someone started. No questions? Yeah.
I just found something. I guess the answer is you can put anything in here you want, right?
Yes.
So it was just shared with me, and I apologize for being ignorant about this, that in moving people forward with the habits of health, so you're keeping them mostly obviously in file folder 3, there is a 12-week study, habits of health study, electronically available. We could move what lesson they're in the same way. We could probably copy the JPEGs, put it in here, and then keep track of what lesson they're doing.
My guess is that you can, absolutely. You could download that file in here as a folder, as a Habits of Health folder, and then have the different lessons in here. And then you could be moving people if that's what you choose to do. The other thing you can do is on their name, you can put in Lisa's on week whatever, and then each week when you talk to them, you can keep adding to it, right? So, Mike, you could probably do whatever you want, whatever is going to make it easier for you to track your clients and know where they are. I don't know if I would have the file folders and that. That sounds like it might be too many folders to me. But
no, I like what you just said. I think what you just said is perfect. It makes more sense to keep it inside of each individual client what lesson they're on.
yeah,
Then we move the client to the next file folder. All those are moving with them, correct?
right. You move them like after the first month, they go to file folder. During the first month, they go to file folder 2, and then after that, everybody goes to 3. Right?
Right.
And everyone stays in file folder 3 until forever, basically, unless they become a coach. Then you can move them to 4, 5, and 6, right? And you don't really move their profile sheet anyway. It's a whole different sheet when you're working with a coach. But you could put it in here, Lisa doing the Habits of Health on week 4, and then type in whatever you talked about, right? And then therefore, when you go to Lisa's file to see what she's up to, you should have it there with the date, the last time you talked to her, and all that. The way I would set the notes up is I would put in your date first, right? 12/10, maybe the rate, their non-scale success, and whatever you want to know about them for that day or whatever their results were, results for the week, so that way you have that snapshot, just like what's on the profile sheet on the back, right? Kind of just gives you a basics, and then you can put in whatever notes you want, like about their kids or their family, or they have 3 kids, and write their names down, things that are important to them. So during the course of the relationship building, you can ask them about that kind of stuff too, right? So taking notes on them is great. And then they stay in file folder 3, which is great. Okay? Does that sound good, Malka? Or Shelly, you want to share something?
I shared with you, I just sent you via Evernote my free client template thing.
Okay.
You can see it in Evernote, but was it Mocha that was saying that? I don't have that study guide, but I would love a copy of it. Is that out of the office?
That's what I was just looking for too.
I didn't know about it until a few days ago. One of the health coaches on Whitney's team who came to our event on Monday, we're very focused on systems right now, so I'm asking everybody what they're doing, and he spent time sharing it with me. I'll find it, and I will share it with Gary so you can share
Actually,
it.
Malka, why don't you post it if you can to the Dropbox?
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Very smart. That's why they pay you the big bucks. Will do.
I can post all my JPEGs of the files there too.
Yes, actually, that's a great idea. Post the important stuff on the Dropbox.
Okay. Thank you.
You got it. Okay. Any questions on taking notes and following clients in file folder 1 or 2, actually? Oh, no, we're in 1 still.
No.
Anybody else? I can't see you, so you'll have to speak up. Okay, no questions. All right, let's move on. Okay, now Lisa is been on the program for a week, and she's been doing great on the program, and now she is graduated to file folder 2. So I'm going to grab her, and I'm going to move her to file folder 2, and then I click on file folder 2, and there she is, right? Okay, so now I have her there automatically. Now file folder 2 is the most important file that we have, guys, because look at all these questions that file folder 2 has. Emphasize creating healthy habits, guide clients to the readings, discuss B-SLIM. We'll talk about that in a minute. Encourage weekly participation in support calls. Our goal, file folder 2, is to have a client become a fully integrated client. And the fully integrated client really understands the bio network, is on the 5-in-1 plan, is starting to make health a priority in their life. They utilize you as a coach, and they're on their way to creating optimal health. Now, one of the main reasons that we want to integrate our clients is because it's so attractive to become a coach. When we talk to them about becoming a coach, they've already been through the entire system, as long as they're integrated. Now, if they're not integrated, now we have to teach them how to be integrated. It's a whole new process. You guys understand what I'm saying? Like, get a new coach, but they've never been integrated. Now it's like we have to teach integration, but they were never integrated as a client. So it's really important, file folder 2. Look at these questions. This is how you become an empathetic coach. Ask important questions about their progress. How are you feeling? Energy. What's your weight? Inches lost, pounds lost. What are your biggest takeaways from what you're reading? How do you see this helping you long term? What lessons would you like to explore this week? Tell me, what are you enjoying about the program so far? What compliments have you received from friends and family and coworkers? How many ounces of water are you drinking? How much sleep are you getting? Now, I don't want to just read all this to you because you guys can read yourselves, but the idea here is that these are great questions to ask that a lot of people are not asking because they either forget to ask or they don't have this in front of them to ask, right? And it just creates so much better dialogue with people. And therefore, you can really, really get into good conversations with clients. Assist clients in personalizing their second order. Now, remember, everybody should do the client's very first order, right? Everybody knows that. Do their order for them so you make sure you get them all the goodies that you want, attach them to your ID and all that. And then during the first month, we transfer the order over to them. Discuss referrals, right? This is a good place to discuss referrals because, and one of the things, and we'll get to referrals a little bit later, but it's a great time to, they're losing weight, maybe they're down 10 or 15 pounds. People are starting to notice right out of the gate sometimes, and you want to teach them what to say right away, right? Within the first month, you want to teach your clients what to say when someone asks, hey, what are you doing? Because what is everyone going to say if you don't tell them what to say? You can unmute yourself and just start it.
Metafast.
They're going to say Metafast. And Metafast is just the tool that we use, right? It's the tool that we use to help people get healthy. Yes, it's a powerful food, but the most powerful thing, as Cindy highlighted, is the coach, right? We're the most valuable piece people have because when they falter on a diet, who do they have to turn to? If they don't have a coach, they don't know who to turn to, then they just fall completely off. But when they have a coach, the coach helps guide them, keeps them on track, keeps asking them those questions of why do they want to do this, encouraging them to keep going, lifting them up, right? We lift people up and make them believe they can do things they can't believe. And I know, Malcolm, you would agree that I think I probably helped you do things that you probably didn't think you could do, right? Yeah, so it's all about the coach more than anything else. So we want to make sure we teach them what to do. And then you decide here if it's important to introduce the business opportunity. If you think they'd be a great coach, you can plant that seed and say, hey, if you become a good client and you do so well, and someday you want to coach, I think you'd be a great coach. You can say something like that or not. In the first month, you want to teach them that they're on step 2 of a 6-step journey, right? You want to share with them, you want to share with them that step 3, 4, 5, and 6 is all about the lifestyle component of it, right? And not just reaching a healthy weight. They're on step 2 out of 6. So it's really important for them. And what you're doing here is, I call it micro shifts in their mindset. That most people come to this program, they're on a diet, right? Everyone's on a diet, but it's our job to start slowly shifting their mindset from a dieting mindset to a lifestyle mindset, right? If you're successful at helping them make that shift, then they will have long-term success. But if we can't make that shift and they're just on a diet, guess what? 85% of people gain their weight back, right? So it's important during the first month, during your coaching calls, maybe the second week or the third week, to talk to them about the 6-step process and just plant that seed, right? All we're doing is planting seeds and layering on top of them. It's also really important to teach them the Be Slim acronym and what the Be Slim means, and teach them what it is so they can memorize the Be Slim. Because if you memorize the Be Slim, then you always know what to do, right? This came from that 10,000 person study from the National Weight Registry that they said breakfast every day, get your day, exercise, do some type of movement, surround yourself with people who are getting healthy as well, eat 5 to 6 low-fat meals a day, have a plan that works for you, and monitor yourself weekly. Teaching those clients these 6 basic steps is so valuable to their education, so they know what they need to do. It's up to them to do it, but we have a simple system, but we teach them that. So that's why File 2 is so important, because we're teaching them, we're asking them good questions about their journey, we're teaching them it's a six-step thing, and then we're teaching them what the Be Slim lifestyle is. You do this over the course of your weekly coaching calls, right? Not all in one call. Maybe the first week you ask this question and you go over a few of these. The next week you review these, ask a couple of questions, talk about the Be Slim lifestyle. You're moving them towards their first month, right? Now, it's important when you're tracking their weight that you track their weight. And what I end up doing, and I wish I had my folders to show you, is I do this at week 4. Week 4, I'll do total weight loss, first month. And then I'll put a number there, minus 17. So instead of like just doing 2, 3, 1, 3, 5, I'll do their totals at the month. So I can tell them, hey, you lost 8 pounds last month, 10 pounds the month before, whatever it is. Just exciting numbers. And so it's really important that you track all that while you're talking to them about all this stuff, okay? So any questions on File Folder 2? Any suggestions on File Folder 2 that you found helpful? No? Everyone's good? Thumbs up all the way around? All right, thumbs up. Okay. So now Lisa here is in File Folder 2. We've gone over all these things. And what I do recommend, by the way, is put little reminders right here, like what you went over. Discussed 6-step program, right? So you remember what you discussed with them. So I do recommend making sure you have notes. So the next time you talk to them, you can ask them, hey, did you remember the Be Slim and what it means? So you can remember what you talked to them about, right? Very simple way to do that. Okay, Lisa has now graduated to File Folder 3. So now we moved her in File Folder 3. So, and here she is. Now, File Folder 3 is Clients Learning the Habits of Health. Now, this is probably where, Malka, you can start their 12-week journey. If you want to start it here, you could start it right away, right? Doesn't matter when you start it, right? But now, I believe you can sort by when you created it, when you updated it. I believe you can also do it alphabetical. City, state, country, I'm sure you can. So you can organize it that way. Now, File Folder 3 is really important to realize that now they're past the first month, they've had some good success on program, and now we're moving them towards their ideal weight and optimal health. So this talks about now they're learning the habits of health, and you could talk to them about their progress. It recommends certain things like the living a longer, healthier life, or the challenge that's coming up is a great way for people to learn the habits of health, as you guys know. The exercise guide is available here. It talks about building on referrals, who's noticing your transformation, and look for clients who are becoming fully integrated, embracing the BSIM lifestyle, successful at work, family, and community, intrinsically motivated to improve their lives, open to new ideas like being coachable and teachable, responsible and personally accountable, interested in helping others, looking to meet a financial goal themselves. And it talks here about how to transition them to healthy eating, making a transition requires a plan, and now creating longer, healthier life. And then at the end of 503, it talks about tips if they reach a plateau. So if you ever have a client reaching a plateau, look through here and go through all these subjects. You can also use nutrition support. Now, file folder 3 is where everyone pretty much stays as clients. Now, one of the things I also recommend before we move on to referrals is, say we're going to go to notebooks and let's create a new notebook, and let's call this one Monday Clients. Okay? Now, I'm not 100% sure if, Shelly, you might know the answer to this, if you can do duplicate folders in Monday Clients. Like, so what I would do in Monday Clients myself is I would write a new note and I would just do a list of the clients that I want to call on Monday, right? So I would just create a list. That way I don't have to search my folder for it. So, you know, if you set up your business the right way, what you want to do is say, okay, Monday, these are my coaching hours. You want to set up what you call TSFL coaching hours. That way you have it dialed in, and you want to do it based on your schedule. So let's say it's Monday from 6 to 8 or whatever time you want, coaching, and then plug in how many clients you think you can talk to from those hours that you have, whether it's 10 to 11 in the morning or 6 to 8 at night, and then put in the names of the people that you want to call. So you go to Monday Clients, you see all the people, you know, I don't have a list here, but let's just pretend it's a list of 10, and then you go, okay, you can search the notes if you don't know where they are, or you could go find them in the folder, right? So you know, you can pull up the folder of the clients you're going to talk to on Monday. You can create a notebook for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that way you know, Monday, here's my list of clients I'm going to talk to on Monday. Tuesday, here's my list of clients I'm talking to on Tuesday. Wednesday, here's my list. That way you're organized each week. The client knows that you talk to them on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday, or whatever day that you choose. But now you're organized with who you're calling, what day, and you're able to manage your time a lot more effectively, because you could talk to 10 people in 2 hours. You know, you just spend 2 hours and you get through 10 people. You have all your notes. You're good to go. You've kept notes and things like that. Any ideas on that? Any, you like it, don't like it? What do you guys think about that idea? Speak freely.
I've just been trying to put them in my calendar.
Go ahead.
No, I wasn't sure if David was done. I love this. What I personally would do is next to Monday, like if Lisa Goldstein was one of my Mondays, I would just write like FF1.
Sure, next to her name.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can do that, or you can actually search for her too. You can hit search all notes. You can put in the Lisa Goldstein and click search, and it'll take you to where she is.
That's cool also.
Yeah. So right here it says search notes, right? So
Where are you?
So can you see my screen?
I do see your screen. I don't see search notes. Maybe it's just being blocked by the green thing. It's here on the top.
Right here?
Yeah.
So I typed in Lisa, and then there she popped up, and then there she is.
Oh, so that's awesome.
So you could you don't have to do FF1 like you're saying. You can just search for the name, and it'll pop you up where they are, and you'll know where they are. You know, here she is. Well, actually, it doesn't say where she is. It actually doesn't say where she is. Oh, no, it does right here. File folder 3. Okay. So it's important to, now remember, when you get a new client though, the first 3 or 4 days, you're going to talk to them every day, right? Until the first week. So that obviously changes. Maybe you do a notebook that says new clients, you know, and you know who your new clients are, but most people know. You're not usually starting 10 new clients the same day. So, but remember that it's important to talk to people, you know, the first week as much as you can to get them going. Okay, so you can organize who you're going to talk to on whatever day, any way you want. Okay, you can use this where you do Monday clients, Tuesday clients. You can put it in your calendar, David, if that works for you. As long as you're doing it and it works, it's cool. What I like about having it on here is everything's on Evernote, right? I don't have to fill up my calendar with it. I just go to Evernote. Maybe I put in my calendar Monday clients from 10 to 12, and then I go to Evernote to see who they are if I don't remember, especially when you're supporting a lot of clients. Okay. Let's open this up to any questions. So, any comments, questions? Quentin, do you like this system? What do you think?
No, this is brilliant. This is brilliant. You know, it would be, can I share that file folder information with my client? In other words, is it a good practice to say, look, this is what we're going to do today, or we're going to talk about these items and go through with them?
That's a good question. I don't know if I would share them the whole folder because it might give them access to things you don't want to give them access to. But if you want to send them a picture of the file folder, I don't know. Tell me, Malka, you coach a lot of clients, and Sherry, you coach a lot of clients. What are your guys' thoughts on what Quentin's asking? Or Stacy?
I personally, I love the thought of sharing with them, you know, from the welcome letter. These are all the things that we're hoping to accomplish, and constantly referring back. Maybe, you know, if you follow up with them, next Monday, I'd love to talk to you about this, and here are your best takeaway from the nurse's call. You know, and then you have that in your notes instead of actually giving them an agenda, that it's coming from you instead of it's looking like it's canned from the company. I mean, that's just me. I like it feeling very personal.
Well, you know, what I was talking about, Malka, is like on the 6 steps, you know, to be able to see that.
Sure. So
they have that, though.
You type it up yourself.
Okay.
You can take a screenshot of it and send it, but they're getting that in their welcome letter. They're getting Achieving Optimal Health brochure.
Something else that Larry Rogina shared with me that I thought was great, you know, which it's hidden in my welcome letter, but he makes a point for his brand new clients to share a do's and don'ts. You know, just a list of do's and don'ts, which are so helpful, you know, and just staying off all the things that could go wrong in the first week or 3.
Yeah. So, Quentin, you can send them anything you want, but like she's saying, you want it to you don't want to send them too much, right? You got to keep it simple. You overwhelm them with information and, you know, you're going to kill them.
Yeah, it's true. But especially the ones that you think have that coaching potential, you know.
The ones who have the coaching potential, you want to overwhelm them the least. Right?
I would say the ones that they're very logical, thought out, the ones who, you know, aren't, you know, they could be a schmoozer, but you want to, you know, say, this is what I'm going to accomplish in this amount of time, you know, so that we're actually being productive. You know, you have to feel the person, treat them the way they want to be treated. So if you kind of feel them out and you say, you know what, I think that person, because they're very organized and have a thought process, they would appreciate having that delineation. But then there's other people that might not. So I would do it case by case probably. But it's a great idea. And, you know, if you're using it the right way, like Mark was saying.
And I think that during your first month, which is file folder 2, you have them pull out their welcome list and you have them pull out the Achieving Optimal Health brochure and you go over this with them. They're looking at it while you're talking about it.
That's what I'm talking about.
Well, they already have it.
The connection.
They already have it. They have everything in that welcome letter, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can even walk them through the quick start guide, right? Make sure that they understand the quick start guide backwards and forwards. Make sure they've read it. And
Right.
keep things really, really simple. This is for your information on what to ask them. And you don't need to ask them all these questions in every call. These are just ideas of what to do, right? Figure out what's the most important.
The problem that I was running into is that not reading the book, not doing the homework.
They're not going to do it most of the time, and we have to realize that. But you can ask them a lot of good questions here. You can try to get them on the call. Maybe they'll listen to the call. Maybe they're doing a journal. Maybe you talk about water. Maybe you talk about, most people aren't going to do the habits of health. Some people will and some people won't.
No, this is very good. Very enlightening. Thank you, Gary.
You're welcome.
Very good.
So, Malka, do you want to say something? You're talking, but you're muted. Okay. So, any questions on moving people and using the system? No? Okay. Who likes it? Give me a thumbs up since you guys are all muted.
I like it, and I'm not on mute.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Awesome. So I think it's a really neat way to track our clients, right? It's a paperless way. We could do all the same notes. You could do it from your phone. You could do it from your computer and sync them up all the time. So therefore you have everything. It's a very great system. Okay. The next thing we're going to talk about is I'm going to go over this document here that's called Supporting Clients. Can you guys see it? Okay. I'll upload this to the Dropbox, but very quickly, this is how you support clients. Use the file folder system, call them first 4 days, 2 to 5 minute check-in. At the end of the day around 4, to see how they're feeling as they transition to fat burning. Set up your weekly calls and weigh-ins, date and time that works for you and the client. Create your office hours of Take Shape for Life. Learn how to walk clients through the habits of health for the ones doing it. Input their first order and then teach them how to do it in their first month. You can do support groups, Zoom calls if you have a bunch of people that you want to coach at one time. Listen to the leadership calls for all the coaches. Leadership calls are Monday night at 6. They're also recorded, but very valuable information shared on the leadership calls. Dreamweave with your clients about where they're going. Teach them how to use the bio network and how to access the nutrition support and all the calls, the support calls. Learn the basics of Office in Motion to keep them connected. Motivate and inspire them. Autonomy support. Most coaching calls should be 5 to 10 minutes, no more than that. Okay. Empower versus enable them to find the answers themselves. Set up specific client celebration days. Make sure they understand your role as a coach. And remember that you cannot control the outcome of your client's success. You can only control your effort in helping them with their success, right? So therefore, we're not attached to the outcome. Okay. Any questions on that? Okay, great. The next thing we're going to talk about here, and I'm going to post this also to the Dropbox page. This is about a referral letter. So remember that we talk about referrals, helping others while helping yourself. A coach is 5 to 6 times more likely to keep their weight off because we are helping other people. But a client has a high percentage chance in getting healthy when they get friends on the program, because the study shows that having a healthy lifestyle increases your chance of success by 171%. So this is a little bit of a script and an email to send them to make it easier for you. It says, in order to make it easy, I've enclosed referral pads that you can give your friends. Now, you can order referral pads and send them, or business cards. You don't have to, but you got to teach them what to say. It's always good to give something in your client's hands that they can hand somebody when they ask, hey, what are you doing? You look like you're losing weight. And you want to do it for people who've noticed a difference or think that could benefit. You want to make it fun for them and give them a cash referral fee of $30. You can give them $30 towards their next order is really the best thing to do. Or if you prefer to give them cash, you could do that too. But the key is they need to call you and say, what's their, Darlene referred me to you, or whoever, is your health coach that referred. That way you know, and you do not want them to say, I'm on Medifast. And this is an example of what to say. Oh, you've lost weight. You look great. How much have you lost? Thank you. I've lost, 30 pounds in 5 weeks, and I feel great. But what are you doing? Well, I'm on a program with a free personal health coach. Their name is Darlene. And she told me that she would be willing to help any of my friends or share with this program for free with no obligation, right? I'm just using words here. Here's her contact information below. This is a really amazing program. Tell them I referred her to you, and she'll set you up with a free first week, right? We have that too. And this would be fun to do it together. Then give them a referral slip. You do not want to, you want to teach them to not, this doesn't have to be word for word. This is what it says, but you get the idea. Do not go into a bunch of detail because that's the coach's job. So tell them to just send them to me. And I really appreciate any referrals. I love helping people, and I love to help your friends on this program. So this is an actual email. You could send this out. To me, it's a little cumbersome, but you can go through it and decide what you like and what you don't like. But the idea here is that you do it. You do the work. You spend time up front sharing with your clients how to refer to you. Okay. Any questions on this before I stop my screen share? Thumbs up.
I can't thank you enough for all of this material that you've put together for us, Gary. It's fantastic. You've spent hours and hours on this. I know you have. It's just fantastic. Thank you. Thank you. That last document that you just shared with us, are you actually sending the script to your clients?
That's what Greg and Whitney taught us to do. I haven't been, but I really think it's a good idea, though. If you really think about it, why not give them something versus like teach them how to do it and then they forget. If they have it,
they always forget, right?
They always forget. So like look through this document and decide what you want to send them. But I think it's a great idea to send them referral pads and business cards. Like a lot of very successful coaches, what they do, like Lisa Castro told me that she sends them this in actually the mail with her referral pads and business cards.
Yeah, that's what
this document, a document in there. So maybe create what you want. And then she sends them it in the mail because they became a client. So, it's these little personal touches that add a lot. I'm not great at that, I admit. But I know if you are good at that kind of stuff and you like doing it, by all means, I think it's genius. Because it gives them in their hand. They're really excited about it. You teach them what to say and how to refer to you. And I'm going to send you guys out 2 videos that Kim Fisk's team did on their 10,000K club. And what it is they asked coaches to interview each other who made the 10,000K club, which are coaches who are coaching about 40 to 50 people and they have 10,000 in volume, right? And they asked to interview them. How'd you do it? What are you doing? How do you support your clients? And I watched them both. They're posting it on Facebook pages that Kim allows me to lurk in. And I downloaded the link to YouTube. And the common denominator that I've seen is over a half to a third of every single person's clients are referrals. Over a half. So this is a referral-based business. So when you get 10 or 15 clients, it should not be hard to turn that into more if you're following the system. And she teaches this system to the T, right? That's what they do. So I'm going to send out those videos. They're very short, 15 minutes and 1 7 minutes. And you'll see 2 coaches talk about what they do, okay, to support their clients. Very similar to the stuff we're doing. It's no different. But they're just more successful at it because they've had more practice in implementing their system, right? Make sense? Okay. Any other comments, questions? Let's unmute you and let's go for it. So we're going to wrap this thing up. Yeah, Pam?
Yes, on that referral pad, those documents that you showed us, you went through the last 3 pages pretty quickly. What specifically is on that referral pad? Will you be putting that in the
Not the
Dropbox?
referral pad, but it'll go in the Dropbox.
Okay.
The referral pad is something you purchase on the Take Shape for Life page.
Okay, I need to go look at it.
Yeah. You'll see what's in this document, and then you can decide what you like and what you don't like about it.
Okay. Thanks.
Yep. Anybody else?
Is there a way that you can share? Oh, sorry.
Corey, go ahead.
Do you have to sign in to get the documents on the Dropbox?
You shouldn't have to sign in. I don't know. Anybody want to answer that question? I just created.
Yes, you do. You have to sign. You have to have an account for it. It's not a public link. Yeah.
Did Vicky send it to you, Corey?
Yeah, I created an account, and the only thing that was in there once we opened it was the Dropbox, none of the documents.
Okay. I'll invite you to it again through me.
Can you do me too?
Yes, Cindy, I'll do you as well.
Thank you.
Corey, what email?
What did you have, Mocha?
We used
the referral pad.
Can you send me an email, Corey? Do you have my email?
I believe so.
Okay, send me an email and then I'll invite you in. Okay, that was a referral pad that Malka showed. Yeah, Sherry?
Is there a way to just share what you've done that we don't have to like do it all? Like, I think somebody asked that the last time.
Share what?
You took a picture, transfer it, like, obviously not each of the people, but let's say whatever you've set up already, let's say, so to speak, if someone's on Evernote.
So Shelly is going to add the pictures of the file folders to the Dropbox, but you have to actually go in and create your notebook and call it file folder 1, and then import that picture. If I share you my folder, you get all my information. So I don't think I can just share you my folder. You have to create it.
Okay. Cool.
Is that right, Shelly? You had to create yours, right?
Well, it's worse than that, Gary. Actually, what would happen is if you shared you can share folders with other people, but it's not only that they would see all of yours, but anything they put in theirs, you would see too. Everybody's would do just one box.
Right. So each person has to go in and create their own folders. But once you create, it literally took me like 20 minutes to do.
Okay.
You know, it's not going to take long to create your folders. And remember that file button at the top tells you to create a folder, a new notebook, or a new note. To always go to a notebook, and then you got to import the picture. It's a pretty simple system. If you need help while you're doing it, then give me a call while you're doing it, or call Miriam if you know Miriam, and I'm sure she'll help you. But
she's not home yet, I don't think.
Okay, well then call me if you need help, and we could work on it. Shelly, any thoughts on your end?
I was trying to put this up on Dropbox. No, it's really helpful. I mean, it's just a bit of work because I want to put that template out there for all of my clients. So I need to find some time to enter all the information in so that I have
right.
it.
So is that for the profile sheet?
For my profile, yeah. I'd like to get off of my Excel spreadsheet and just do everything on here. It's just taking a bit of time to get it up and running, but once it's running, I think it'll work well.
So remember, look at the profile sheet, and you don't need to know everything on there, right?
No.
There's important things you need to know and things you don't need to know. You don't need to know address and all that stuff.
Right.
You know, some of the really important questions. And once you get the template down, you can just import the document in and type on that. Keep it really simple for yourself. Great. Okay. Anybody else?
Yeah, when you post this, you're going to put up all of the stuff that I didn't get to see on the desktop despite all of my lengthy efforts.
I'm sorry, I don't understand your question, Donna.
I didn't see what was on your desktop about,
Oh, I see. Yeah, well, the recording will have it, so hopefully you can see the recording.
All right, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, are we good? I know we've kept you on longer than normal tonight, but we had a lot of information to go over. But hopefully the information was valuable for you guys, and really understanding the importance of using this system, right? Everybody wants a system. The file folder system is the way that we support clients, and it helps you understand how to be an empathetic coach. Now, we didn't go over file 4, 5, and 6, which is your pre-coaches, and then when you have a coach, what do you do with them? And then, building teams. We'll do that at a later date. Right now, we're really focusing on getting everybody on this call up to the level of executive director. If you're not there yet, for ones that are there, then the other folders are important. But there's a lot of people on this call that are not an executive director. And my guess is that you guys would like to be, right? Who would like to be executive director? Great. So those who would like to be, then utilizing the system is going to be your absolute best way to get there. So thank you all for coming on the call tonight. Donna, did you have a question?
I just want to say how fabulous this Zoom has been. Thank you so much.
Good. Any other comments?
Great job, buddy.
I'm going to end the recording here.
Guru Gary.
Thank you.
See ya.